Welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks Pregame Show. Blackhawks and Red Wings dropping the puck at 6 p.m. Thanks for being with us. I'm Jay Kawasaki with Greg Boysen and Mario Tirabassi. We've got a lot to get to in a very short amount of time. Smash that like button for us on YouTube, please, while you're sitting there. And make sure you're following our YouTube page as well. When the postgame rolls around, do the same thing. Make sure you're here for that. And when you're listening on that podcast, follow, subscribe, and do all those great things for us there. You're going to hear from Luke Richardson here in a moment. We're going to give you the lineup for tonight's game. We've got to play Who's Your Hawk. We got to break Mario's another win streak for Mario underway here. And we've got a little bit of an update from Corey Perry, who issued a statement today. So we'll share that with you as well. But while we are...
we should debunk Kev on the Cobb's comment here. Patrick Kane is not playing tonight.
No.
He is not playing tonight for the Red Wings.
But you could buy his jersey.
But you can get his 88 jersey. You just duct tape over Daniel Sprong.
Yeah, I got my Sprong jersey in right in time.
Yeah, perfect.
Those are on clearance.
Yeah, I'm sure they were flying off the shelves before. So why don't we hear from Luke Richardson first, react to what he has to say, and then we'll get into the lineups and everything else. Here's Luke Richardson after today's morning skate.
Guessing same lineup with Mrazek game?
Yep, same lineup with Mrazek in his last game.
Is Bovilia having like visa issues, or is it?
Yeah, I think it's just a normal. It takes a process, so we're hoping he can meet us in Winnipeg, and I'm not sure if he'll be able to stay with us until that gets done, but that's just normal immigration stuff. Right?
So he'd be able to play in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think it's just the rules, and so he'd be able to go on the roster and then off, I guess, through the league rules, as far from what I know.
Is Sonority close?
Yeah, he's getting close. I think we need to get a full practice in with a little bit more physicality just to make sure everything's stable. But so that'll probably be tomorrow in Winnipeg, and then we'll go from there.
Do you have to make a decision with the defense now as well as Phillips been playing?
Yeah, we'll just kind of evaluate what we've seen so far, but also tonight counts as well. So sometimes you don't even have to make those decisions because we don't think too far ahead because someone takes one off the foot. Hopefully not, but that usually kind of happens. So for us,
is Gutman day to day?
Yeah, he's same thing. He's just upper body, and he's feeling better today. He said, but he's still a little stiff. So definitely not going to play tonight, and we'll just go off tomorrow's practice again for him.
I know there's been a lot going on with the Perry stuff, the injuries, the losing. How impactful has Nick Foligno been to this locker room, like just stabilizing the room and making, like, calming the waters for those players?
He's been great from day one, and we knew that. And he was great, even stepping up after a game like last game, and saying some really good words to the team after the win. Heartfelt and encouraging moving forward too. So he's been great. He's seen a lot, right, over these years, and even before that, growing up in that lifestyle with his father playing. So I think, he's perfect for the role that he's in right now.
I saw you working with Jones Krasinski before practice. What do you guys, just working along the boards and getting them done?
Yeah, and I think Kevin does that a lot with him, but I just took a turn out there today just to get him walking that line kind of in a shot position, not trying to get in the middle so fast so you turn on your backhand and run across forward. Learn to walk that line skating backwards or forwards and working on both sides just so you're a shot threat at all times. I think a lot of goals this year you're seeing more and more from not even booming slap shots, but just shots with tips and big guys in front. And every time I watch Colorado, that's what McCarr does, and big Nikushkin's in front. I think he's probably got about, it seems like every night I watch he's got a tip goal. So that's the way you score in this league now. So just getting him, encouraging him to work on that. So the more habitual that you do that in practice, it works right in the game.
Yeah, on the power play, Reichel was saying you guys have kind of studied the Lightning power play and how they do things. Just maybe an example of how to improve. I know you love the Colorado and Tampa examples, but is that something you guys have talked about?
Yeah, and showing some examples of what we would use on our penalty kill video, but role reversal, just to show them how teams create 2-on-1s. Like last night I thought the Rangers did a good job against Detroit, where a team is fairly aggressive on their penalty kill. Try and use that aggression against them, and you got to be supporting the guy with the puck and make the right little play. And then once you get it by that guy, well, then you're creating another 2-on-1. And that guy almost needs to think ahead. What's his next play? Because if someone's going to be aggressive again, well, you got to be ready for that next play. So, I think Tampa and Colorado, obviously elite guys that have been together a long time. So it doesn't just happen on day one. We have to just continue to work at it.
What sort of feedback do you get with Connor on the power play?
I think, he's, we'd like him to shoot more, like a big one-timer, but they sit on him a lot, like Ovechkin. So he's just got to be willing, to make quick plays, make other people dangerous when they're going to overplay him. And I think he sees that, and I think he makes those little plays. We haven't been able to capitalize on the power play as much as we'd like, but, it's just a process, and I think he's an intelligent guy, and knowing that holding on the puck longer is not going to help him score. It's just going to slow things down. Just continue, don't get frustrated, move it around. It will come back to you, because if other guys start getting scoring chances and score, they have to honor that even more. And I think it all starts with shooting the puck from the top, and that just shrinks a PK into more of an eye-up situation, trying to block shots and getting in the shot lane. So that'll just give him a little more room.
Is the power play the one area where you feel like this is just kind of untapped, where the ceiling is so high with just the youth and the skill that's there, that just matter of figuring it out? And
getting into work at the right times. I think, power play's got to outwork penalty kill, because the penalty kill is going to work. And it doesn't matter how much talent you have to work at it. And I think, not having a lot of practice time, we got to try and score fast and move the puck quick. And usually when we do that and shoot the puck, we're moving, so we get the puck back, because it forces the defenders to stop and try and block shots. So they're stopped and you're moving, you have a beat on the rebound. So that usually continues and gets you secondary chances, which in this league, a lot of times that's where the goals come from.
Doesn't sound like Kane is playing tonight. Were you hoping to see him?
I think, he's a guy that's a dominant guy in this league for, decades, obviously, it seems like. But we don't need to see him. We know what he is, and they have enough threats on this team. We're happy that he has to take a few days just to work on the team systems probably and get up to speed. So we'll see him, I guess, in February when he's in town, and that once is enough, I think.
That's Luke Richardson, courtesy of the Chicago Blackhawks. We thank them for use of that video. This is probably an off-day show, but in the year of our Lord, in the year of our HOSA 2023, we still have to deal with work visa issues for NHL players.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. Why can't they work something out where in the beginning of the year, like, NHL players have a special visa? They've got to go cross borders all the time. I can't believe they've not figured out a way to make this more efficient now. And as Luke was talking and we were half paying attention, I said to guys, so if Connor McDavid was traded to the Rangers, they'd have to wait a week for visa issues to be sorted out?
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's never mention that scenario ever again, please.
Okay, the Islanders.
Oof.
Who do you not hate?
He wouldn't have to change.
Carolina.
He wouldn't change
Sure.
much of his
All right.
colors if he went to the
Carolina.
Islanders.
There you go.
No, I just don't want him to go to such a boring-ass team like the Islanders.
Yeah, that's true.
That would
Yeah,
suck.
I think that would make them...
Talk about a way to make him, like,
Let's go. Hey,
uninteresting.
Connor, you ever try playing defense? We're gonna do the neutral zone trap. Let's see how you do. No, thank you.
and trim those sideburns.
I will say, slightly less uninteresting if they had McDavid. Anyway, the point remains. Oh, my God. Figure this out
You just
already.
got to trade for these guys when you go on your Western Canadian swing, and you got 3 games in a
That's
row in
it.
Canada. And by the time you head back, you should be good.
So,
So ridiculous.
Beauvillier will be ready for the Winnipeg game, but might not be able to come back
Yeah,
and travel with
be
them.
able to travel with the team.
We could travel
Lord.
with them. I don't think he could just play.
It's so weird.
I don't know how that works.
It's so
Well,
weird.
so dumb.
yeah, I'm sure he could.
I mean, it's Minnesota. That's pretty much Canada. Just let it slide.
right? Yeah.
Doesn't that count? It should count for something. The other thing too is that got my interest was talking to Bedard about, like, don't hesitate to shoot. Like, we want you to shoot the puck. We want you to shoot the puck. But also, if you draw some guys to you, then get the puck to the open guys. It's kind of like mixed messaging a little bit.
Right.
I think that Bedard, for the most part, has shot when the opportunity is there and passed when the opportunity is there. Maybe he's been a little bit too passive a couple times, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the way he has handled the shoot-pass ratio.
Teams are also focusing on him a ton.
Well, yeah.
Without Taylor Hall, if Reichel and Kershaw Bedard aren't all on the same line together. Like, it's easier to just focus on him, and for teams to say, well, we're not going to allow you any space to shoot. We're gonna force you to distribute the puck, and if Ryan Donato beats us tonight, gosh darn it, they're not going to let Bedard do it. So it's probably tougher to get off shots. But yeah, I get your point in that, like, you still want him to shoot more.
Yeah, I think he's gotten a little better as he's now gotten comfortable, and also the fact where he's starting to look around him, going, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
I'm the best guy here.
Best option.
Like your first 5-6 games, you're probably like, all right, I got to make sure I don't piss off Taylor Hall, or I got to make sure I don't want to come off selfish.
Just want to
and
be a
now
good
he's
teammate.
like, screw it.
I have to be.
I got to do it all myself.
Yeah, there's literally no one else that can do
Like,
this.
I don't care if Philip Kurashev gets mad at me because I took 9 shots tonight.
And I don't
guess
know
what?
what-
No one's going to.
And if and when Beauvillier ever arrives, I don't know if he's going to be the guy to really take pressure off Bedard. It's another option. It's another guy. But, until Taylor Hall's back next year or Frank Nazar comes up when the season ends. Speaking of Frank Nazar.
There's no such thing as shooting too much.
I agree.
No.
Greg and I are headed to the Notre Dame-Michigan game tomorrow. We're going to talk to Frank Nazar and Landon Slaggert, so we'll have some of that content for you on social media and on the show in the coming days. So looking forward to that. It's going to be fun.
Hopefully it's a good game.
Should
Better
be.
weather
Supposed to be a
than
great
the
day,
trip
yeah.
we did last year.
Yeah,
that
it
was
was a little
freezing
cold.
cold.
It was so windy.
It's redonkulous last game.
And it was really cold in the arena, too.
Yeah, yes.
Right, yeah.
Well, now the United Center's taking. I'm telling you, the last 3 or 4 games at the UC have been
So cool.
frigid.
I'm bringing the FOCO Blackhawks Sherpa hoodie to the next UC game.
Yeah, turn it
just in
inside out.
case.
I don't think you can wear team merch in the
Well, the
press
Sherpa is the warm part.
That's
on the
true.
inside. I don't know.
Just get your Daniel Sprong tape and put it right over the logo.
Sure.
We just
there
got to
you go.
talk to marketing and say, hey, can we get a space heater night one of these nights?
That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
space heater
So you
night.
just put some heaters.
I'll sit on
Perfect.
some soup.
Yeah, that's true. I did have a couple bowls of that loaded potato last game. That helped warm the soul.
It was,
Yeah.
it was good.
Mhm.
I was
Good
so
stuff.
excited when I saw that when I got there.
That was good stuff.
Anyway, this is what people want to hear about. This is what they're here for. Why don't we take a look at the Blackhawks lineup for this evening? Not a ton of changes from last game. Obviously, Connor Bedard will be your top line center. Nick Foligno on his left wing. Philip Kurashev on his right. Tyler Johnson with Lucas Reichel and Taylor Radish. Jason Dickinson with Mackenzie Outwhistle and Joey Anderson. Whoa. And Ryan Donato with Boris Kachuk and Reese Johnson. Your D pairs are Alex Vlasic and Seth Jones, Kevin Korchinski and Connor Murphy, Wyatt Kaiser and Isaac Phillips with Peter Mrazek in goal. So this is the first time Mrazek's played back-to-back after the first time Soderblom's played back-to-back this season, if I'm correct.
No,
No,
Mrazek's had back-to-back.
Mrazek
Was there
had-
another back-to-back with
Mrazek
him?
had the first back-to-back, and then Soderblom had another back-to-back.
Okay, I felt like they'd been kind of alternating back and forth. but-
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah,
they've
Mrazek
only,
got
they've
2
only
in a
played
row at one
back-to-backs once each.
Yeah.
So now this will be his second time
Okay.
getting back-to-backs. So you're right.
For the wings, looks like Dylan Larkin is out. Shane Gostisbehere is in. Obviously, Patrick Kane is out. And Alex Lyon is in net for the Red Wings. So
Oh, he is.
feeling kind of good about this one.
Yeah,
Good intel for my fantasy team there.
I told you.
You told me to drop him.
Because he's Alex Lyon.
He's playing Jason
Well,
Dickinson
he's
and Boris
playing
Kachuk.
now. I need guys. I need warm bodies in my net. Anyways,
Does this Patrick Kane give us a like graphic? Is this retired? Are we
should
banning it? Or
We'll give it
we're
one
talking
more
about
show.
a champion here.
We'll give it one more show.
I'm fine if we never see that again.
yeah.
Yeah, just
For now,
it's fine. We
We'll-
got our little
we'll-
Patrick Kane Funko Pop on here too.
we'll bring it back
Before it
when,
becomes a dog toy.
when he signs a one day contract
Stop
to
it.
retire.
Put a dollar in the
one-day
jar.
contract to retire
No,
as a
doesn't matter.
Blackhawk.
You
Let me
said it.
finish my sentence.
Too bad.
That dollar's not going in the
You're
jar.
giving an extra dollar for our wings.
That dollar's not going in the jar. That was not what I was saying.
Got a Red Wings fan in here saying Detroit 9, Chicago 1. Okay,
Sweet.
we'll see. Enjoy that that two-way play of Patrick Kane.
Put
It's
your
gonna
money
solve
on it.
problems.
Let's see how that goes.
Well, it looks like Shane Gosper is going to play. He left last night. Last night, the Red Wings played in New York, lost to the Rangers, a winnable game for them. They were up 2-1 at one point, lost 3-2.
Rangers, man.
They pushed the Red Wings
Yeah, they did.
around. DeBrincat got crushed on a play.
Did
Gostisbehere got
Jacob
pulled from a
Trouba send anyone to
No,
the
it wasn't
hospital?
even Trouba that was doing it. Kreider got DeBrincat right along the benches, and he wasn't feeling good after that. This is a team that can get pushed around, but Patrick Kane's coming, so that should help. He's gonna toughen them up immediately,
Sure
and they're
is.
gonna be, no one's gonna take runs at Alex DeBrincat once 88 steps on the ice. So one more game, Alex, and then you'll have your protector.
Yeah, be careful.
But on a serious note, that should be what the Blackhawks do tonight. Be physical, play.
Take the lesson.
Let the Dickinson and Whistle Anderson line lead by example.
Yeah.
Go out there. I'm sure they're starting. They pretty much Jason Dickinson's pretty much started every game the last few games.
Yeah.
Start, win your puck battles, finish your checks, play simple, get puck, shoot puck. You should be able to beat this team. Dylan Larkin not playing for the Red Wings.
Is it lower body?
I'm not sure exactly. He missed last night's game.
Okay.
That's something Dylan Larkin's dealt a lot with,
Yeah.
is the staying on the ice part of the game, which is the most important part of the game.
Typically,
That's the
yeah.
basic part, yeah.
So there's no Dylan Larkin. Kane's not there yet. They're on the second half of a back-to-back. Alex Lyons in goal, which, he had a great run for the Panthers last year, but he's still Alex Lyon, who is essentially a career AHL goalie.
He made 37 saves on 38 shots in his last start, and I only know that because he was a spot start in my fantasy team.
Great.
And then I
he's
dropped
due for-
him
he's due
on
for a
the
clunker.
advice of you, Greg. I dropped him.
Are you in the same league?
No.
No.
Oh, well. All right.
No.
Then he's not trying to hurt
He
you.
had his one good game. You got it. Account for your team. You move on.
You had the Alex Lyon game.
Yes.
Like the Craig Krenzel game and the Brock Forsey game. You had the Alex
Yes.
Lyon game.
Yeah.
You got it already. It's time to move on.
Craig Krenzel,
And I
what
like
a-
Alex Lyon. I spent a season covering him when he played for the Wolves. Great guy. They actually stopped putting him on my buddy Jason Shaver, the play-by-play guy for the Wolves, would do all like the little interviews for like intermissions that they'd play like on the AHL TV.
Yeah, yeah.
So he would do like the fun questions, like what's your favorite movie, blah blah blah, favorite snack. They had to stop asking Alex Lyon because Alex Lyon is a giant smartass, and they had no idea what would come out of his mouth. And I guess they got a couple of complaints from
that's
like
funny.
the 8 people that have AHL TV. We're like, hey, I don't know, like they couldn't tell he was kidding, so they were like, yeah, we can't talk to Alex Lyon anymore. He's a good guy, but
Well, I like him then.
I
That's
just
great.
Pick him up again, Mario.
I might.
If he's my go-to goalie, then I've screwed up as a general manager.
Yeah, that's fair to say. That's like Jordan Love as my fantasy football quarterback. Not great. Because what's his name? Joe Burrow is dead. Not
Yeah.
Alex
Yeah,
Burrow.
well, my fantasy team, I have to start the guy replacing Joe Burrow this week because Justin
Who
Fields
is
is on
replacing
bye.
Joe Burrow?
I have no idea.
Not Colt McCoy, right?
Keely Smith?
some guy I never heard of before.
Who?
Old Bengals quarterback. I don't know.
It's Ken Anderson.
Boomer Esiason.
It's I can get it for you right here. It is somebody. Boop, 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 boop. Where
coach
he?
is the-
Browning. Something Browning.
Ah, yes.
President of Skyline Chili.
Browning.
Jay Browning.
That's not a thing.
He's on my fantasy team now,
All right.
and I have to start him this week. So
Enjoy that.
I don't believe you.
I hope he just looks where number 1 is and just throws
Yeah,
the ball in
sure.
his direction.
I like
all
that
day.
too.
All right,
fine
anyway,
with
this is
that.
a hockey
Yeah,
show.
yeah. Anyway,
we're getting
this should be a win. This feels like a game the Hawks should win. Back-to-back
Yes.
nights, banged up, not 100%. Backup goalie.
Circumstantial.
Yeah, we've
yes.
said this before on this very pregame show. Only they returned 2.5 hours later.
Pissed.
Angry.
That's what I'm saying. Is this going to be one of these games where we come in expecting a win and the Hawks do the same thing and they get their dicks kicked in for 60 minutes?
Circumstantially,
Here's the thing.
they should have an advantage in this game. On paper, they're still not the better team, and they don't. If they bring the effort they did against Seattle, yeah, we should have a good result. If they don't, then yeah, it's going to be a Detroit win.
Yeah, you're playing back-to-back. Detroit's back-to-back. They're banged up. Blackhawks are the only team in the NHL who has yet to win back-to-back games this
That's
year.
crazy.
Even the Sharks have won
Yeah.
2 in a row.
I believe it.
The only team in the league that is yet to win 2 straight. So let's do that tonight against Detroit. Would be fun, wouldn't it?
It would be nice.
They've got to be up for this game. Like, you would think, like, just with Patrick Kane in the building There's excitement around this game. They've got to feel up. They've got to be ready for this.
You would also think with the week from hell that it's been to be
to just get on the damn ice.
They proved it against Seattle. That would have been a game where if they came out completely flat and was like they just phoned it in, I don't think I've even would have been that mad because of just everything that was the past few days, especially that day.
It would have been like, oh, of course.
Like the distraction just got to. But no, instead they went out and they beat a pretty good team. They were outplayed for many portions of that game, but they did what they had to do to win. Now you're on the road. You're away from all that. It's pretty much concluded, all that stuff. We'll get to Corey Perry's things. It's concluded in the minds of both parties of, the Blackhawks and Corey Perry. Now they're on the road for a couple of days. Perfect time for a road trip. Do I say the G word? Does this road trip galvanize them?
Nick Foligno said it.
He did.
He brought it up.
It could, yeah.
Those are his words, not mine.
If they can string together some good performances, that's just the least we could hope for. It's just some good performances string together.
Again,
get the team identity and team culture ingrained. The effort that they had against Seattle, that is what they need to do. If they can replicate that most nights, it's going to be a lot easier to watch this team.
I'm really glad too that the way they came out against Seattle, I'm glad they got rewarded with a win for that because it just demonstrates you're going to be overmatched skill wise most nights and talent wise and roster wise and all that stuff. But man, get the puck, put it on net. Seth Jones had 3 shots within the first 10 minutes of the game. That's got to be the mindset. It's what Richardson's been saying all year, and let's hope that they keep that going because when they've played that way, they've gotten results, and that's how they're going to beat teams that are better than them, including also, you would think, special teams can be the equalizer, get a good power play, a solid penalty kill, and you can win some games you shouldn't. That hasn't been the case really either way all year, but we'll see. We'll get there.
Power play's been bad.
All right, let's do Who's Your Hawk, and then we'll read you all the Corey Perry statement and let you know what we think of that. Mario, you have the honors as you are the current leader. Who is your pick for Who's Your Hawk?
My pick tonight to try and get 2 straight numbers in the win column of the 11th win is Philip Kurashev. I like how he's been playing this season. Would love to see him continue that.
I'm going with Joey Anderson, who's been really great since his call-up. So I'm basically putting the nail in his coffin tonight, and he'll be back in Rockford tomorrow. But he's been playing really, really well. And like we talked about, the simple play, Joey Anderson is a guy who keeps the game simple and does the right things
really well.
And he's gotten a ton of results from it. So here's hoping Joey gets me the helmet tonight.
And I'm going to go with Taylor Radish. Why, you say? Well, it came down to between him and Ryan Donato, because Ryan Donato has 6 points, 4 goals, 2 assists in his last 7 games against Detroit. And I was like, ooh.
Pretty decent.
That sounds good. He likes playing against Detroit. But the last time these two teams met, last March, Taylor Radish had 2 goals against this very Red Wings team. So I'm hoping history repeats itself.
Do it again.
Let's hope we all have to battle for the helmet and not because of shots on goal and other crappy tiebreakers.
Let's not make blocked shots be the tiebreaker tonight.
Right. Exactly. All right, before we wrap up, let's share what Corey Perry had to say today. The first place I saw this was on Elliot Friedman's account. I don't know exactly where it originated, but Corey Perry issued a statement, and it says, it's a little bit cut off there. There we go. I would like to sincerely apologize to the entire Chicago Blackhawks organization, including ownership, management, coaches, trainers, employees, and my teammates. I would also like to apologize to my fans and my family. I'm embarrassed and I have let you all down. As a result of my actions, there has been speculation and rumors. I am sickened by the impact this has had on others, and I want to make it clear that in no way did this situation involve any of my teammates or their families. Most importantly, I want to directly apologize to those who have been negatively affected, and I am sorry for the additional impact to others it has created. My behavior was inappropriate and wrong. He continues, I have started working with experts in the mental health and substance abuse fields to discuss my struggles with alcohol, and I will take whatever steps necessary to ensure this never happens again. I hope to regain the trust and respect of everyone who has believed in me throughout my career. Once again, I am deeply sorry, and it is signed Corey. That is about as strong of an apology as you can issue.
Yeah.
That is
It's ownership.
That is 100% taking responsibility, acknowledging the people that he has hurt, and seeking the help. And I hope he gets the help he needs, and I hope the people that have been, hit with the shrapnel of this behavior from Corey Perry also get the treatment and the care that they need as well, because a lot of people have been emotionally and mentally affected by his actions. And he knows it and he acknowledges it, which is commendable.
Yeah, he owns it. That's not a "I'm sorry I got caught" apology, which we get so many times. It's not a "I'm sorry you feel that way" apology.
Mm-hmm. We see those too.
It's "I'm sorry I effed up. I'm sorry of the pain I caused." That's how you apologize.
Yeah.
And as someone who has dealt with, currently deals with mental health and substance abuse issues, that's not easy to come out and say, "I need help." That's the hardest part. It's hard to admit to yourself that you need help, let alone do it in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
That's brave, and I respect that. And I'm good with everything that it is now. Blackhawks made their statement. They acted quickly.
Yeah.
They are not screwing around when they say we are trying to make this a safe environment for all employees, whether it's the guy that's third on the team in scoring making $4 million or the intern that delivers the mail every morning. If you make it unsafe for anybody else, you're gone.
Yep.
That is something to be commended. They didn't waste any time. They have obviously learned from the sins of the past. Their statement satisfies me. Corey Perry's statement satisfies me. It is time to move forward.
Yeah.
Let everybody heal.
Yeah.
Let's move on and talk about hockey.
Well, I like the fact too that he said, "I hope that I can regain the trust of everyone that believed in me throughout my career," because you saw Luke Richardson sort of say the other day, like, "I went out on a limb for this guy, and I said they should bring him in," and this happens. And now that's what I'm talking about, is those people hit the ripple effects of his actions. It's not just the player and the player's family,
Right.
or the actual person that this event, whatever it might be, happened to. A lot of people are affected by this. People that bought Corey Perry jerseys this year, like fans,
People did.
It reignites
Wore 'em in
memories
Pittsburgh.
of past discretions, and it's tough on everybody. So
And I think that's part of the reason why Kyle Davidson was so emotional when he spoke the other day was, he's like, I brought this guy here.
right,
I got to take some responsibility for this too.
Yep.
That's his first misstep.
Yeah.
Everything else, he's made some unpopular moves at the time, but as you let them play out, you go, all right, that's actually pretty good. This is the first time where people are going to be like, hey, you shouldn't have done that. And so, yeah, there's a lot of people whose reputations took a hit besides Corey Perry's.
yeah,
Yeah. Hopefully this is, a good starting point to move forward and in a positive direction for everybody involved. Perry, the Blackhawks, the team, and the people that were, kind of involved in this incident as well. And it can be a good thing moving forward. And yeah, I mean, for him to recognize, apologize, take accountability, all of that, and also, say like, I'm going to get help for it. Like that's huge. And I think, reiterating what you said, Greg, like everything that we kind of know now as the puzzle pieces of this story start coming together, the way the Blackhawks handled this is like, I don't know what more you could ask for.
yep. All right, good stuff, fellas. Good pregame show. Thanks for being with us. We got a $5 super chat from our pal Windy City Hockey that says Detroit sucks.
He put a little. They put a little
little
Santa hat on their avatar.
there. I
I
like
noticed
that.
that.
I noticed
That's
that,
nice.
yeah.
That's a good touch.
Detroit sucks. Also, the Canucks just traded the pick the Hawks traded
Oh no!
for Beauvillier with a third rounder to the Flames for Nikita
It's the
Zadorov.
fourth time that trade's been picked already because we got that pick from Toronto. in
Toronto,
the Jake
yep.
McCabe, Sam Lafferty trade
So they got it
from Calgary.
from Calgary.
And now it's back
So-
to Calgary.
Wow!
It's back
Full
to where it
circle.
started.
Full circle.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I was always a guy. I liked Nikita Zadorov when he was here. He was playing for a horseshit coach, an assistant that doesn't work, especially for a guy with his skill set. But boy, all of a sudden, Nikita Zadorov has become Bobby Orr, and I don't know when that happened.
When you become the first defenseman available in a trade season or whatever, you become the best defenseman available. So, Congratulations.
I would think it'd be hilarious if Nikita Zadorov completely tanks the Vancouver Canucks season and they miss the playoffs. I would find that laughable.
Just a hand grenade pass, like he
Just like he gets there, like they've been such a pleasant surprise. He gets there and they lose like 9 in a row, and then the Oilers pass him in the standings. I would laugh.
If he's your sixth defenseman who can, lay a major hit, and you're not looking for much more than that, and he's well dressed and he seems to be a fun guy to have around the team from all accounts, like that's fine. If you're looking for him to fix your team or fill a hole that's a massive problem in your lineup, you might have more problems.
We'll see. It's a good-looking uniform. He'll look good in it. That's for sure.
Canucks.
He's had good uniform history.
Yeah.
Hawks, Flames, Canucks. Pretty good.
Avalanche.
Avalanche.
Sabres.
Yeah.
Started with the Sabres.
Yeah. Just stay away from Nashville.
Ugh.
For many reasons.
PP yellow. All right, we'll talk to you after the game. Thanks for being with us. Hit that like button on your way out. We'll be back after Hawks and Wings on the CHGO Blackhawks podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.